Hello and welcome to my Tarot Corner. So a few words about this candle. Probably most of you noticed that I have a new one. This candle comes from a community up north of Israel. And this community is for autistic people, all age groups, from being children until they grow old. They have all sorts of workshops there. They have a candle workshop and they do amazing work. They don't charge a lot for these candles, and they are beautiful and they smell beautifully. And unfortunately, they don't have a website. So if I want to get another crate of these, I need to go there. Before, my friend's son, who volunteered there for a year in his gap year. Some of our youngsters do a gap year before they go to the army, so he volunteered there. My son, for example, volunteered with children, teaching them music, and he volunteered with those people in that community, and he brought me those candles. I bought it from him, and he, of course, gave them the money. And now I have to find a way of going there because it's not very close to where I live. Anyway, so this is just almost the last one. I have just one more, but that is a very small candle. So just now I will know that I have to buy bigger ones. Okay, so this reading is around Princess of Norway, Martha Louise, and her fiance, GETTR. I think that's his name, or GETTR, I don't know. Anyway, he's a person of color. He is a shaman, an alternative medicine, I don't know how you call it, not a doctor, but an alternative therapist. And he and the princess decided that they wanted to get married. And probably the Norwegian monarchy saw this train wreck advancing towards what we see today with the Sussexes, and they did not allow that to happen. So she decided to give up her royal status, and she's not going to be a royal anymore, and she's not going to be styled as HRH anymore, and he's not getting a title at all. So they are they are getting preemptive measures to prevent what happened with the Sussexes. So they won't be able to monetize on the Norwegian royal family. But this looks very much like a train wreck asking to happen. I mean, if you saw the video of their announcement, it was cringeworthy. It made me shiver. Yeah, I could see there a woman who is under control. He had this stare in his eyes. He looked creepy. So I decided to do a spread and look at their relationship, look at what kind of a person he is. Is he a narcissist like I believe he is? Or is he just a weirdo that managed to capture her heart? I don't know. So let's see what we get. Okay, so this is the Stray Cat Tarot, and I'm going to clear the deck and say my disclaimer. This is a tarot reading. It is vibrational. It is open to interpretation. It exists as assumptions and speculation, and as such may or may not be true. So please do your own research and decide for yourselves. Okay, one more clearing the deck. And let's start asking. So, Princess Martha Louise of Norway and her relationship with her fiance, GETTR. What can we see about that relationship? What can we see around his his personality and her personality in that relationship. What can we see around the relationship of Princess Martha Louise of Norway and Derek Batter? And I purposely did not say anything about any assumptions that I might have about him. So the first card is going to show me the relationship, or what is this relationship based upon. And what I'm getting here is the Eight of Cups. Okay, so first of all, the Eight of Cups shows us that this is based upon mental instability. Let's say it that way. And the mental instability could be of both sides. Now, as I understand, the princess had suffered loss. Her first husband died. This could be very much a person that is looking for something that will fill up her emotions. And I can relate to that because I myself lost a fiance 2 months before the wedding. And it is a situation that just throws you into this very, very, very hard circle of need for emotional stability, inability to get that stability. It looks like that relationship is based on that. So the princess herself probably has some kind of emotional instability, and he also is not emotionally healthy. If he is a narcissist, then this is the other side of emotional instability. So both of them are not healthy emotionally, and their relationship is based on this. Now, this card has affinity to therapy and to alternative medicine. And the reason is because we have so many cups here. This could be the cups of homeopathic medicine. Now, he is a therapist, and they spoke a lot about alternative medicine and its role in treating people for all kinds of diseases. Now, you know that I'm a pediatrician. I have nothing against alternative medicine. I just don't call it alternative medicine. I call it complementary medicine. And I see it as something that complements the medical, the conventional medical therapy, and not something that replaces it. So it's not an alternative, in my opinion. But as I am saying, this card has an affinity to that. So their relationship is also based around both of them interested in complementary medicine. Both of them are interested in that area. So this is another basis for their relationship. And there is a problem here with the mother. Now, I don't know whose mother is problematic here. Is it the prince's mother or the man's mother? I don't know. But a mother here is very prominently a problem. Now, this card is about letting go. It's about leaving, giving up the struggle. So there was a struggle here with the royal family. They did not go away so easily. But then they realized that they just cannot fight that, and they decided to leave. But while leaving, they left behind this very snarky video with really digging at the royal family, although they're saying that they have nothing against the royal family, but it didn't sound like that. So this card also shows us a couple that decided to let go. They decided to leave. They decided to abandon their idea of being part of the royal family and monetizing probably on that. So once again, a lot of things in this card that relate to what they are saying about themselves, and things that we can see beyond. So This is a card of therapy. This is a card of people that are engaging in all sorts of therapy. And this is a card of people that decided to leave. And this is a card of people that both of them are emotionally unstable. So, okay. So that's the first card. Now, the second card is, wait a minute, let me see the spread. Okay, the unconscious content that Derek evokes in Maria. And what I'm getting here is the Seven of Wands. Okay, so the Seven of Wands is a card that speaks about the need to be focused, to focus on the most important things and to put aside all of the things that are not important, not necessary. So all the trivial things, to put them aside and focus on that one that is most important. Now, in this card, we also see this cat that is fighting all of those wands that are trying to occupy his attention. But what he needs is to focus. So this, or at least what is evoked in Martha Louise psyche, is that she needs to be more focused on what is important to her. This is the unconscious content that comes from this relationship for her. The need to focus on what she thinks that is important. But this card also shows an affinity to doing mistakes, to being egotistical, or to being influenced by someone who is egotistical. This is a card that shows us problems in being focused, problems. Maybe she even has some kind of attention deficit disorder, which is something that I believe that Harry has. And maybe she just feels that this fiance of hers is helping her focus on the things that she needs to focus about. Now, it sounded to me that this could be something that she thinks that instead of taking, for example, medication for attention deficit disorder, it's best to try the alternative medicine, as she says. Like many people who have attention deficit disorder and decide not to take the medications, and they believe that all sorts of alternative medicines can help them. So this card is showing us the need of her need to focus, and her feelings that he's helping her to focus. Okay, so the next card is how can she process this unconscious content? How can she get freed from that, let's say that way, and or at least process it in a way that is not hurting her? And what I'm getting here is the Nine of Swords. Okay, so this is a card of worry and justified worry. So I believe that this card is telling us that she has a lot to worry about in her connection with this person. She is beginning she is dependent on him. He made her believe that she is dependent on him to reach her goals. Because the Seven of Wands is a card that says, if you go with me, if you focus like I'm telling you, you can reach your goals. But this card is showing us that she has a lot to worry from, because this is justified worry. This is doing mistakes. This is making the wrong decision. This is having a very toxic person in your life. This is a person that is just entering a sick bed, cannot act logically, that has wrong judgments, is doing all of the mistakes that are possible. And this is even a card of someone who is meddling in dark affairs. Now, I'm not saying that being a shaman is meddling in dark affairs, but it is very much something that is close to meddling with dark affairs. And I wouldn't be surprised if I learned that this person is meddling in dark affairs. This is the affinity of this card, and it is overshadowing even the very difficult psychological interpretation. So this card is showing us that she is unable to process this content. She's unable to fight this because she's very, very weak. She is in her weakest point possible, and he's controlling her. And he's controlling her by meddling with dark affairs, by convincing her that he's the person that can help her focus. And by that, he is focusing her on the things that he wants her to focus on. So right now, this card shows us a very sick relationship. Okay. Next card is, how can we see this relationship going? Will this relationship go to a marriage, or will she be able to realize what she's doing beforehand? And unfortunately, it is going very fast and very, very quickly towards a wedding. The Eight of Wands, this is a card of swiftly and quickly doing what you believe is right. And she believes it's the right thing to do. She is very quickly doing things. She's not waiting. Now that they decided that they are leaving the royal family, there's nothing to stop her. This card is going towards marriage. This card is going towards a further and further entangling with this person. So unfortunately, it doesn't look like she's going to get out of this bed. And unfortunately, it doesn't seem like she realizes that she is in this dire position. She still thinks that he's helping her. And this is why we got the Seven Wands that goes further to the Eight of Wands. So this card is showing me that they are going to go further on. They're going to get married. And what will happen later on, I don't know. So what can the royal family do to support the princess, or to help her see reality, if anything? And it doesn't look like they have anything that they can do. The only thing that they can do is let her go. Let her go. Let her go away with him, and hope for her to realize her mistakes later on. This is the only thing that they can do. And what they had done is the right thing. They decided not to push on her to leave him, not to persuade her to leave him. What they did is they told her, you want to stay with him, you need to leave the royal family. This is what this card is all about. It's about leaving, it's about going away, and it goes very well with the basis of this relationship, which is going away. So this is the only thing that they can do. The only thing that they can do is just let her get to that conclusion, if any, if she ever will. So this is what this card is. So this is the tarot. It doesn't look like a very good relationship, and unfortunately it doesn't look like it's going to resolve, but at least they will not be able to monetize on the royal family. But I have to say that I'm really worried about the princess and her well-being, because when you are in a very tough spot, when you are unstable emotionally, it's very easy for nefarious people to get a hold of you. And Fortunately, I met my husband very quickly, and he saved me, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have been a pediatrician today, and I don't know where I would have been, but not where I am today, that's for sure. Okay, so let's take an oracle card from the Shaman Wisdom Oracle and see what can we learn about this person. Sorry, my son has just left. Okay, so Derek Vetter, the shaman. What can the oracle show us about him? What can we see about Derek Vetter through the shaman oracle? What does the shaman has to say about the shaman? Okay. The card that I'm getting is Crow Moon, Aries Pot's child. So let's see what this card has to say. So this is interesting. I will just read to you what the booklet says. I'm a crow moon. I am discernment. I take various shapes and forms. I empower in your ego, in your center. You are under my light, and I see what is really going on. Be sure to keep your ego in check and operate from a strong center. Remain grounded and secure in your own self-reliance. Keep earth wisdom and healing at the forefront of activity. Okay, so this card shows that Derek is a crow moon. He is a person who has taken all sorts of forms in order to convince people of his wisdom. He's taken all sorts of shapes. He's using his power and his ego, and he is influencing people by using this power and ego. Now, this could be used for the good, and this could be used for the bad. This card doesn't tell us if he's using it. It just tells us that for the bad, it just tells us that he has immense power over people, and he can convince people if he is using this light or his ego or his ability to change shapes and forms to influence others. So he has this huge ability, and I wouldn't be surprised if he is some kind of a healer, and this is a very dangerous force that you can utilize to help people or not. This doesn't tell us if he is doing it, but it does tell us that he has that power. Okay, so this is it for this reading. I hope you like it. And if you did, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave me a comment, share my videos, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.